Hello, welcome back to the Delicia.Ramphago podcast, and I am Delicia. Today I have with you a question from Reddit. The community is called Ask Reddit. So the question was, how did you find out your your other,
I mean, whatever, I guess.
your S other
That's true.
was cheating on you? Significant.
2,000 years later.
Your significant other was cheating on you. Yes, we're gonna hear what people had to say about this. How did they find out? But before I get into it, could you please like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you never miss any episode. And by the end of this video, please do share with others. Do not gatekeep, okay? I like you too. Now, with that being said, let's hear what people had to say. Remember. But anyway, I'm very wrinkle. I'm even thinking like your experience, if you ever been cheated on before, or if you're the one who cheated on, how were you caught really? Can I please hear from you your story about this? Or maybe your friend. But anyway, let's find out. People had really crazy things to say, I'm telling you, because this only single post got over 5.4 thousand of people telling their story. Imagine how amazing that. And I think because of that, we're going to have some part 2 here, if not part 3 or so, because wow, very interesting. But okay, let me read this one. Okay, so I got a Facebook message from some lady telling me that my fiance was a homebreaker. Apparently my ex was sleeping with this woman's husband, and she was divorcing her husband because of it. Fortunately, this happened the weekend before our wedding, so I dodged a bullet. Wow. How embarrassing that is. Ugh. Dated for 2 years until one day, out of the blue rather, she says she's not happy anymore and breaks up with me. It sucks, but I figured it was for the best if she wasn't happy. About a week after we had broken up, I saw her at the bar with some guy who she sheepishly admitted she was on a date with. Later that night, I end up standing next to him ordering drinks. He apologized to me for the awkwardness. Yeah, it's just weird since we have only been broken up for a few days and she's already dating. Is there a time frame when a person wants to move on or not? No, there isn't. Last time I checked, and where was it written? Is there a manual of some sort? I know it's just gonna be some. No, I don't know, but nah. It just goes to each person what they wanna do with their time in life. Yeah. If you want to take 5 years, it's up to you. You wanna take 6 years, okay. He pauses. A few days. She and I have been seeing each other for like 3 months now. We stared at each other for a second, and then my ex comes running up to pull him away from me. He shrugged her off and told her to go F herself, and then left the bar. That's how I found out my ex had been cheating on me for 3 months before. Apparently guilt took hold and she broke up with me. Wow. Okay, and then there's an update down there. I bumped into the other guy a few months later at the bar and we actually talked about it. It was weird hearing about it from his perspective. In his mind, he had thought she was just really flaky, but after speaking to me, it just all clicked for him. And we went through some of the times when he couldn't reach her because he was with me and vice versa. Not sure how it didn't pick up on it. Either way, I'm happily married now, and I think she had to move home and live with her mom. Wow. Wow. Now, this one is crazy. Listen to this one. I messaged, let me see like this. I messaged linked to her computer. I was on her computer. When last did I say the word computer? Never mind that. I was on a computer buying some stuff off Amazon, and she was sitting on the couch feet from me texting her ex. He was trying to get her to send some nudes, and they were reminiscing about previous encounters. He was bragging about how he made a leg shake all the while I was watching the conversation in real time. You know this thing of linking your devices, knowing you're not faithful. Wow. Right next to her, my adrenaline kicked in, and I simply closed the computer and left the house without saying a word. This was over a year ago, and I'm still fighting here for custody over our children. Oh my word. Imagine I'm sitting here with you with a laptop like this, as I am right here, and you're sitting there on the outside. You're busy texting because your old devices are linked, and I'm seeing you busy here. I'm not invading your. I know someone will be like, it's an invasion of privacy, but is it? Is it? Is it? Maybe it's contradicting to that level. My wife tried calling and didn't hang up once it went to voicemail. She accidentally left a 2 minute and 45 seconds voice note. The voice message consisted of her and her boyfriend talking shit about me and how much happier she was with him. Her boyfriend, at the time, I was home with our kids, and I thought she was 1.8 thousand miles away to be with her dying father. 2 years later, we are divorced, and her father is still alive. Wow. People are traumatized out here, which is fair enough. No, do not cheat. Do not cheat. Okay, let's hear this other word. Something similar happened with a girl I was dating. I had just started dating her, and she already had a trip to Vegas planned with her girlfriends. She left a Badale voicemail at around 2 a.m. of her banging a guy. Turned out it was the guy she was dating. I was the other guy. Oh mine. Oh mine. Since I had just started dating her, I didn't really care and just used her for sex. After a couple months, she said I was an a-hole because I never stopped dating other people. I never hid it from her, and that she was such a sweet girl and was only dating me. It was pretty funny to see her face when I played the voicemail. Wow. Wow. She needed a new phone, so I put it on in my name since I was working. 2 hours after leaving the store and having lunch with me, joking about how excited she was to get married, I found a photo reel full of pictures he had been exchanging with her ex whilst transferring her stuff to a new phone. I put 2 and 2 together and opened her text inbox and surprised, she had been texting him for months and effing him for a few weeks. Wow. Wee. Okay, this one says, so I have been all flirty and mushy with a new guy at work. Whenever I will confront her about it, she will usually give me the that's just how I am. Eventually got a sneak peek into her text and saw her sending him sex It was about 4 months ago, but still hurts as hell. Oh, mine. Wow. How did you find that your partner was cheating on you? Or how were you caught cheating? I could imagine being caught cheating anyone red-headed and you go on deny. It's not how it looks like, I can explain. It's not that, like no, it's not that way. Like, no, it's not how it looks like. I was just deny. Ooh, okay. Just kept being a good boyfriend until she felt guilty and told me. I never suspected it. At least she has some conscience up because she could have had her cake and ate it too. Could have strung me along for years and would have been none the wiser. I loved her. I thought she was the woman I would spend the rest of my life with. Took me 4 years of being single before I was able to trust anyone after that. I was so oblivious the last time that after it happened, I usually overcompensated, questioning every odd plan made and etc. I'm kind of glad in a way that I waited 4 years because it taught me that being okay with being alone or single is incredibly valuable, and I have noticed more and more people since then that cannot be alone, brother. I used to be a guy that would let girls walk all over me just to keep peace. Happy wife, happy lifestyle. But now I still compromise. Look what I did. Joking. But now, while I still compromise and give freely, I don't take BS from anyone because I'm afraid to be by myself. Different. This one is different. He was told than finding out. Found them in bed together. Fairly typical if such a thing exists. Thing that angers me the most is that I seriously had absolutely not the faintest idea, not even a smidgen of suspicion. And what angers me even more is how it changed me, the insecurity, the paranoia, all mine. It is a trauma. It's don't put people through that, Just in every situation. Okay, let me rephrase that. Every relationship with every situation that it's uncommon in some way, there's always a conflict in some way because he was cheated on and then she told him that she was cheating on a lot and that made him being insecure and all that. That's a problem already. And it reminds me of this other instances where the lady actually asked the guy if they can have an open relationship. The dog, I'll never get used to this. Okay, and then the guy at first agreed, but in the long run, and then they set boundaries, and then she broke those boundaries. I think the boundaries was like no sleeping with the guy, I don't know, but she did that anyway. And she was like, I'm sorry, I will never do it again. So it came back to him that no, it was not a mistake. She did this knowingly. Remember, at first he agreed to open up a relationship, but then he was struggling because of it, trust issues and all that. He couldn't do that with her, so he wanted to just break up with her, and she was not having it, obviously. Okay, this one, I counted the pictures. This was in 2000. When I was born? Never mind. Before everyone had a camera on their phone and you had to get your holiday snaps developed at the Walgreens photo lab, she brought home the pictures of a vacation to see her old high school friend in Vegas. But there was something missing. See, back in the day, the rolls of film were made up of exposures of 12, 24, 36 pics, etc., depending on the film you bought. I went through the photos and it didn't add up. Literally, the 24 exposure will only had 18 pics. Eventually, I found the remaining photos, her and the new boyfriend looking happy. I don't want to understand that. I'm too old, right? I mean, I'm too young to understand this, but whoever does understand this, please explain it for us, because I do not fully understand. I'm just getting a glimpse of it, but not fully. Not the full pictures of the pictures it's talking about. I saw the guy she told me not to worry. I'm sorry. I'm laughing because it's very much common with this thing. Oh, she told me not to worry about him. He told me not to worry about the girl. And sometimes on social media, back in the days, they would make this challenge of the picture of what she told me not to worry about versus, you know. So I saw the guy she told me not to worry about change his relationship status, ask her about it, and she became a nervous wreck and told me last week was quite effing something. So only him changing his relationship status triggered you, like concerned you. So meaning all I knew you've been following him. That's weird, you know. That's weird. Before we can get to the main story, you are weird. Listen to this simple one. Broke up in April of 2017. Her and new boyfriend celebrated their 1 year in October of 2017. Broke up 2017 April. By October, she's already celebrating 1 year anniversary with a new partner. Make it make sense. The math is not mathing. Oh, the math is mathing. Wow. Ultimately, didn't find out until after the divorce, but a very close friend of hers confided to me. I still haven't mentioned anything to anyone, even her. Just decided to finally move on. She pulled out her phone to take a video at my son's birthday celebration, and there was a text on the phone saying, "I love you too." Earlier on, before I came to sit down to make this video, I thought of this, like, how would one, if like it was myself, how would I find out if someone was still on? I don't know, because I know, but I don't know. I will literally find out in this manner that I was taking a video or a picture using their phone or something, and then the message will just tippy. But other than that, like going through the text and whatnot, I wouldn't know. Okay, for those asking, I knew the dude and was aware of it being his contact. I'm not telling the entire story here, but I knew. Yep. Last one. Let me just end it here. Left her Facebook logged in on my phone. Can I confess?
Okay.
That someone once used my phone at some point, and then they logged in with their details and wada, and then they are and then their Netflix account is also linked to my phone, so I'm using it. So I'm using their Netflix account to watch whatever I want to watch. How did I find out that? I found out when I wanted to sign up, just to pay for Netflix, and then I already saw that Netflix is already working, so there was no need to sign up really. And then I didn't watch right away. I just recently watched it because I was tempted to watch The Ultimatum South Africa. So yes, it's me. I am watching. Am I wrong? Am I wrong to use someone's account without them knowing their Netflix account? I'm sure they do not know, but anyways. She left her Facebook logged in on my phone and I woke up to a lot of messages from the guy. It was supposed to be a trip to see her family. This was 3 days ago. Wow. So there's the person he came back to tell us more. Okay, this is my wife. Oh, sorry. Thanks everyone for the kind wishes. I should clarify, this is my wife and I've been married for less than a year. Oh, no. Marriage is a big deal. Well, I'm speaking for myself. I see it as a big deal. So whenever I think of it, I'm like, oh. I respect it. And the more I think into it, it scares the hell out of me.
2,000 years later.
The upside is we have separate properties and nothing joined. I have taken this as a learning experience. It sucks. Don't get me wrong, but I guess you could say I've grown up a lot from this. There was a quote another user showed me that really stuck out to me. Red flags. Look, no matter when you are wearing rose-colored glasses. Oh my, there was a lot of sketchy things going on, and because of this I was sure I had to leave for my own mental health, as well as because I could not trust it. But to anyone else going through this, what is wrong with this airplane? I was sure I had to leave it for my own mental health, as well as because I could not trust her. But to anyone else going through this, stay strong, it gets better. I'm in a new town with literally 0 friends here, and I'm still finding a way to move on. One step, one day at a time. Feel free to message me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's find. She tried to, I laughed before I even read the word, because first you read with your eyes are full when you read. So I already see what's going down. She tried to silence her phone when I called, but I guess she accepted it instead. I heard her banging a dude loudly over the phone, like, huh? No, some of these people, maybe they're lying to us. Oh, a level of craziness are surprising each and every day. But wow. I know up there I said the last one, but let me have this as the last one and then I'll make it part 2. The guy she cheated on with was a real bro, and when he found out she did in fact have a boyfriend, messaged me saying that she cheated on me and he was sorry, and she had told him she didn't have a boyfriend. When I confronted her about it, she denied it for about 30 seconds before starting to cry and admitting to everything. Wala. So yeah, that was the last one for today. But anyways, I'd like to hear what is your experience, or which one of this stood up for you, okay? Or most interestingly, can you tell me your story? Or someone that you know story, or maybe you've read it somewhere before and till this day it surprises you, like, what? Is there such a thing at this point? But anyway, that's all from me today. If you haven't, please do like the video, subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any episode that I'll be posting in the future. And also do share with others.